Hello everyone, I thought I would show you a little bit more elaboration on using cards as a question base and then layering. And I'm using two decks today, so I'll use Alice as the casting one. So what I'm going to do is first go through and I'm picking out the people cards. Now I was asked a question the other day was if I'm taking out the people cards, why aren't I taking out the baby? I'm not taking out the baby, I'm actually just taking out the adults. So now let's just have a shuffle. So this is a spread and I'm actually looking at this for a business decision. Now this is actually a business decision that I myself am looking at. So we'll lay out the first card I'm just thinking, we'll look at what the first card question is. The balloon. Let me just zoom in a little bit. So the balloon straight away is often about pressures rising, to go through things very calmly, not to overstress it, otherwise the pressure gets too much and it'll blow up and bust. So there I'm looking at the first question of, if I make this business decision, will it create a lot of stress for me? So let's look at the cards. So I've got ship, house and tower. Actually three really good cards. So there would tell me, even if I'm expecting stress or pressure, these here would tell me don't worry about it. It's almost there is pressure is there, but it's really not with these three cards. The ship here would tell me about business, commerce, trade. It is sailing forward. You've also got tower and the house, which would apply to me because I am basically a home-based business. Okay, so I've got the stress part out of the way. So let's look at what the second question is around this business decision. Peacock, what is it I need to market or advertise? Peacock is a wonderful card when we are talking about business because it indicates fan the tail feathers, strut your stuff, and no matter or mind what is gone on behind in the background. So it means show your true colours, and a business would tell me how I market this. Camel, cane and cross. It's funny, isn't it, when I'm in a spiritual business? But anyway, the camel here again would tell me for marketing and advertising, I need to have a long-term plan, a strategy here. The cane here would tell me I've got an amazing team behind me in support network, which I do. And those of you who are from Facebook, I have three very key ladies in my life, and they are Andrea Jacob, Lindsay Henderson and Wilma Wilson. And if you're on Facebook and you're in my group or on my Tea With Karin page, you'll know these girls and their names and just how important they are to me. There is the big cane. So, and yes, literally sometimes they do actually smack me with the big stick if I'm out of line. So marketing, advertising, I've got great support. Here, it's got to be a long-term plan of something that will go the distance. And the cross here, and the reason I drew this cross on the crown, everyone thinks blockages and no-nos. The cross on the crown, and I've often said it, it is your soul's journey. Where is your fated path taking you? My fated path here would tell me, look at the long distance or the long term when it comes to advertising. So, okay, what's the third card? Mermaid. Who's the devil in the blue dress? And I often say that. Mermaid often, though, even without its negative connotations, it often means safe journey. The mermaids were the safety beacon for the sailors that guided them to shore, and it was through safe passages through rough waters. And so she's not always the vixen or the devil in the blue dress. So here it would again tell me which is the safe option to take. Yes, it could be if there is something with a hidden agenda, but it's going to depend on what cards come out. Child, new beginnings, hourglass, peacock again. So she hasn't got any swords or graves or tornadoes or any of the nasties around her. This here again would tell me safe journeys, but again it's how the outward appearance and the marketing is for the business. The hourglass is an interesting one because it's a little bit like topsy-turvy, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And it means get on with things. Stop dragging your feet, Karen. The child here would tell me great new beginnings and new opportunities for me. So see how you can actually do a spread using, that's using 2 decks. You can actually even do the same with 1 deck. And for instance, I'm actually just going to show you. I'm just going to push those away. I know we haven't got all cards out, but I just want to show you briefly. If you only got 1 card deck, that's perfectly fine. Do your draw card of your 1 first, which would tell me, okay, what is the stability? And I always reshuffle. There, you would then draw your 3 cards. Good job that I drew my spread and not these. So you can still use 1 deck by having the question or the theme of such. And then we have the 3 that are talking about this question. So I hope that helps and have a great day.